I really consider it as something that I do to refresh and to reconfigure myself.
I understand that you started the ministry and you then got married after some years into ministry. How was the journey to finding a life partner while you were already heading a ministry to you?
Well, that's interesting, Pastor. That's so interesting. Um, Firstly, I want you to know that as difficult as it is for any young bachelor to find a marriage partner, so is it for the pastor. It's even much more difficult for a man of God, especially the one who is leading a church or an assembly, to find a good marriage partner, because you're not only looking at yourself, you're not looking at a person who will be your wife. You have got other facets of life that needs to be covered by your marriage partner. Remember, the Bible says that I'll find a suitable helper meet for him. So you have to find someone who does not only become your wife, but the person who is also going to be the mother to the people that you are leading. A person who's going to understand and accept you, the person that you are, and a person that's going to run together with you what you are running. Sometimes necessarily they might not be called for the pulpit, but in a way they have to be called.
So marrying a pastor, it may directly or indirectly imply a calling.
Very sure. And it's so difficult marrying a pastor, believe you me, because marrying someone who is hardly home, marrying someone who has hundreds, if not thousands of people who want a piece of him in terms of attention. Marrying a pastor is warfare. There's that lady who never accept you as a mindfulness. They'll always feel that they're better than you. So you're competing with other women. Number one, you are competing to be the person that you are supposed to be for your husband. There is you'll have less dinner together. You'll have less time to travel together. It's work. Sometimes the time that I drive in here, I drive home, and the time that I drive out, they are crazy. So it's never easy to marry a man of God, let alone the stress, the burden that comes with ministry. So when I was faced with that challenge, it was not an easy thing. I had to prepare myself. I had to pray. I had to seek God. And we thank God that along the way, I got a partner who loves what I do and who is so passionate about what I do and how I do things. So it makes the work of God less easier. It makes it less easier if you marry someone who really understands and appreciates you from a standpoint that you are not only her husband, but you are fragmented so that everyone gets a piece of you. And that's basically what I can say in terms of that space.
13 years in ministry as Grace Covenant Church. I'm sure you have met and learned a lot of things relating to marriage, this institution and its complexities, pastors and the rest of the populace not exempted. You also, as a family therapist by way of professional orientation, what have you to say, Apostle, relating to the institution of marriage and what you have experienced in ministry?
Wow. Before I go to the therapist side, from a pastoral side, I've learned that marriage makes or breaks a person. Wow. If you marry a wrong person, you are finished, my brother. You are finished, my sister. If you marry a wrong person, you will not go further in life. You'll always be stuck with them and your life will not move. If you marry right, you marry the right person, your assignment is accelerated. You might be in business, you might be in politics, you might be in ministry. If you marry rightly, that means your assignment is going to be propelled, is going to be accelerated. because you don't want a struggle at work and a struggle in the house. So when you marry wrongly, you are going to be fighting outside to get food on the table. When you've brought the food on the table, you've got to fight again the person whom you've brought the food on the table for.
Wow.
So one of the things, if you marry right, you'd want to come home and find rest, encouragement, because out there is a fight. It's a fight to get a meal. It's a fight to provide for a family. And the least of the battles that you would want to have in life is the battle in your own marriage. So it's very, very important for people who are not yet married to take time and find a good life partner, and preferably a person who is your friend. If you are to marry a friend, you are going to navigate through the waters of life and the storms better than if you marry a deputy parent. You don't want a deputy parent for a wife, a deputy parent for a husband. You'd want a friend, a person whom you are able to joke with when things are difficult, a person who's able to joke with what you're going through and see the lighter side of what you're going through. You don't want to marry a burden. So from a therapeutic point of view, it's marriage is that institution that makes a person. And many people are stuck because they found themselves imprisoned, and they want to come out. And that's why we are now having issues to do with suicides, depression, and low productivity, etc., etc. Why? Because people are battling both at work and at home. So from a therapeutic side, you have to make sure that your marital space is correct. If there be need for you to go through counseling, if there be need for both of you to seek advice and therapeutic sessions, please, you need to do that, because there's a lot of untapped and kept potentials that are stuck in marriages where people are not fully equipped to express themselves in the market space. Why? Because things are not working well in the home